Hi everybody, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential, and today I'm sharing some of the latest new sewing patterns we've added to our website. I'll be pairing them with gorgeous fabrics to give you plenty of sewing inspiration, and everything I talk about today is available on our website, and you'll find the links to the products on our website below. And I've got patterns from Sew to Grow, Liesl & Co, Tilly and the Buttons, and the Friday Pattern Company as well, so plenty to whet your appetite there. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, because every Friday we bring you a video packed full of sewing goodness. So let's get started with the first pattern by Liesl & Co, which is the Yanaka Jacket, which I absolutely love. I just think this is such an inventive, different design. There's some great design features on it, and also you know, I think it would be interesting to sew as well for that reason. And yeah, I'll go into the details for you in a minute, but first of all let's have a quick look at the sizes. So the sizes run from a 0, which is a 32.5 inch bust, 25 waist and 35 hip, up to a 20, which is a 46 inch bust, 38.5 inch waist and a 48.5 inch hip. It also comes with cup sizes as well, so that's exciting that, you know, you can get a good fit, and it gives you those options for cup sizes, so you shouldn't really need to do a full bust adjustment. It includes pattern pieces for A or B cup and C and D cups, so that's really helpful for anyone who struggles with that normally. But it's they refer to it as a mixture between a blazer and a cardigan. It's unlined, so I thought you could have some real fun doing some Hong Kong seam finishes inside. It's semi-fitted, slightly cropped, it's got a cutaway silhouette, and cut on sleeves, so it hasn't actually got they're not set in sleeves, they're sort of like grown on sleeves, which I thought was great for a jacket. You know, you haven't got to worry about setting the sleeves in. It's got a sleeve gusset as well, which allows you to have more room movement. So it's got a seam down the sleeve, and it's got a gentle stand-up collar, and there's no closures either, and then there's this fun little sort of notch, V-notch at the back as well, and then the hemline sort of comes down at the front. So all in all, just really inventive, really different, really fun. I think it'd be a great way to have a go at sewing a jacket if you haven't done one before, or you're scared of like really formal tailoring. And I just think it would be a really wearable piece as well. It's the sort of thing that you could easily dress down with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, but you could wear on an evening out as well. And there's a couple of fabrics I would recommend for this. So we've got this lovely jacquard coating fabric here, which is just beautiful. I love the design on this one. I've always loved this fabric. I had in mind a sort of 60s swing dress coat for this fabric, and I haven't got around to making it yet, but I think it would work really, really well as the Yanaka jacket. And then we've also got, if that sort of thing isn't your cup of tea and you're not into prints and those sorts of designs, we've also got this lovely denim with a gold lurex sort of thread through it. So I'm not sure if the camera will pick up that very subtle sheen, but I thought, oh, wouldn't that be a lovely little party jacket or evening out jacket? Nice and subtle, you know, would go with lots of different things, but there's just that added little sparkle there as well. So that is the Yanaka jacket from Liesl & Co. They've also released at the same time the Nord t-shirt and sweatshirt, which is an opportunity to have a lot of fun with colour blocking. Again, this pattern comes with cup sizes, and the size range goes from an extra small, which is a 33.5 bust, 26 waist and 36 hip, up to an XXL, which is 46 inch bust, 38.5 inch waist and 48.5 inch hip. But yeah, it's got panels on it, it's got a yoke on it, it's got a boxy fit, so it's a very sort of modern looking top, and you can go for the t-shirt or the sweatshirt. It's longer at the back. And also, you know, you could use up some of your scraps for this one. If you've been making lots of sweater knits and that sort of thing this winter, you could use up some scraps and have some fun with some colour blocking. So I thought that was a great option to have a go at. I really like, I made a Sewaholic oh, I can't remember what it's called now. It was one of their sweatshirts, and that had options for sort of colour blocking, which I did last year, and it was really nice. It was really enjoyable, and it just creates something completely unique to you. So I thought that was a great pattern. And we have got some lovely new fleece lined sweatshirt fabrics in stock. Not last week, but the week before, I showed you a hoodie I made in the gold sort of mustardy kind of colour. And there's lots of other colours on the website, but we've got the new ones on now as well. So we've now got gold, teal, navy, claret, black, charcoal grey, light grey, like more of a pillar box or bright red, and a lovely emerald green. So I just think the options there for colour blocking are plentiful now. They're all beautiful quality, they wash and wear beautifully, they're super soft and fleece lined, Oceotex certified, so manufactured in a more sort of ethical way in terms of the environment, and yeah, they wash and wear really well. So I just wanted to show you these beautiful colours. We've got that lovely bright red, this lovely emerald green, which is lovely, and then to sort of mix it up with some more neutrals, we've got this very pale grey. It's a very, very pale grey. It's lovely. It's almost like a heathered effect on it. I don't know whether you can see that there on the camera. And then we've also got this charcoal colour as well, so it's kind of a lightish charcoal, I would describe it as. But obviously when we've got those neutrals, the two greys and the black, that gives you those options for mixing things up and colour blocking. I think, you know, the teal and the navy go really well together, and you could perhaps use the pale grey with that. I thought this green looked rather lovely with the pale grey and the charcoal grey. So lots of different options there for you to play around with. And then the next pattern is also a Liesl & Co, and it's the Fitzroy Blouse. So this is another one with lots of really interesting design features. It's got a raised shawl collar, a high V-neck, and a pleat at the back to give you a little bit more room and comfort. And then it's got these beautiful details on the cuffs, which are, it's like there's the option for softly pleated tucks down the back of the cuff, or like a classic placket, like a classic shirt placket and cuff. Again, it comes with the cup sizes, and it runs in the same size range as the first pattern I talked about. So 32.5 bust, 25 waist, 35 hip, up to 46 bust, 38.5 inch waist, and a 48.5 inch hip. I love making shirts and blouses. I think they're just so much fun to make, and making those classic plackets would be fun, but also those softly pleated tucks. I think, you know, you can play around with this, get a few different looks, go for plain fabrics or printed fabrics. You know, it sort of suggests like lighter weight cottons like poplin shirting, sateen and lawn, also suitable for rayon or silk satin as well. And I just think you could get a lot of mileage from this pattern. And the fabric I chose was this lovely mulberry blooms fabric, which is a viscose spandex lawn. So it's a lovely sort of soft handle, and beautiful sort of autumnal colours. And I just think because it's actually very plain on the front, the blouses, there are bust darts, but there's no other detail. I think it would carry a print really well, and I think this sort of feminine print would work really well with those softly pleated cuffs as well. And then on to another sort of sweater knit type pattern. This is the Friday Pattern Company's Arlo track jacket. I was really excited to see this actually. It's got a definite retro vibe. It sort of feels very sort of late 70s, early 80s type of vibe, which I really love, that sort of era of fashion. And it's got a sports collar, it's got lots of seam lines. Again, you can have a lot of fun with colour blocking with this. It's got pockets on the front, and it's quite a fitted design, and then it's got a zip running up the front as well. So yeah, I think you could have a lot of fun with colour blocking, maybe get some contrasting ribbing or something to go with it. The sizes range from a 32 to 33 bust, 24 to 25 waist and 34 to 35 hip, up to a 44 to 46 bust, 36 to 39 waist and a 46 to 49 hip. So yeah, I just think that's a great fun little make as well. I'm not going to show you the sweater fabrics again, you know, you've seen those, you can get on and have a look at all the colours on the website, but again, you know, the packet's quite inspirational. They've done a bit of colour blocking there, and I think, you know, you could use your imagination, make it your own, and it'd just be a great layering piece to wear under a coat in the winter, with jeans, or you might want to make a sporty one and use it as a cover up for, you know, when we're allowed to go to gyms and things, going out and doing that, or going out for walks and stuff. So quite a versatile piece that would be really useful to have in your wardrobe, I'm sure. And then the next pattern I want to talk to you about is the Sydney shirt dress from Sew to Grow. So this is a lovely pattern. I love a shirt or a blouse, as I said earlier, and then you can also turn it into a dress as well. This is an Australian-based company, so they're just heading into summer now. Here in the UK, we're in the middle of deep dark winter, so it's quite sort of like summer themed, but I think you can make it work across the seasons. I think definitely the dress would be great for summer, but the shirts I think would work perfectly. Now in the UK you could just layer it up with a cardigan, and have fun making that. So there's an optional collar, front pleated pockets, which I love, those pleated pockets. I think they're a very contemporary look. It's got a sleeve band and a side slit as well, which is also a nice little feature, isn't it? Makes it a little bit different. And then, like I said, you know, you can go for this shirt dress option if you want to as well, just to mix things up a bit. So another one that I think you probably get a lot of mileage out and would be useful to have in your stash. So the measurements run from a 33 to 34 bust, 28 to 29 waist and a 35 to 36 hip, up to a 47 to 48 bust, 42 to 43 waist and 49 to 50 hip. And they suggest making this up in things like linen, lawn, rayon, those sort of light to medium weight fabrics. And I thought the shirt would look great made up in this crepe fabric which we've got on the website, which is a Lena crepe. It's a lovely super soft handle. I made a maxi skirt in a different print way of this fabric earlier this year, sort of about a month or so ago, and it's just really lovely fabric to work with. It presses really well, so I think it'd work well for the pleated pockets and that sort of thing. It's just got a nice weight to it, a nice drape and movement to it, and I just think it would look really sort of smart made up into that lovely little shirt paired with jeans and a nice chunky cardigan. And then finally we've got the Billy pattern by Tilly and the Buttons, which is another sweater or sweatshirt pattern I should say, but also you can make a dress with this, and then you've got two sleeve styles as well. You've got like a normal straight sleeve, or you can do the lovely balloon sleeves, which I just absolutely love. I think that feature is glorious. I just love any sort of you know, fancy sleeves. I just think it adds a nice little twist to these sort of more simple patterns. The size range on this one runs from a 30 bust, 24 waist, 33 hip, up to a 48 bust, 42 waist and 51 hip. So again, this is another sweatshirt fabric one. You could use any of the plain sweatshirts in fabrics I talked about, but I also thought actually it'd be quite nice to make it up, because they do suggest things like ponte as well, and French terry and those sorts of fabrics. You know, it hasn't just got to be those sweatshirt fabrics, but we've got this lovely, let me just check what this one is. It's a poly spandex jersey. This stripe, it's sort of just a nice navy-ish blue, a bit lighter than a navy probably, with a white stripe running across it. The stripes go across the width of the fabric. And yeah, I just thought that, you know, a classic stripy jumper is always a welcome addition to your wardrobe. I've made quite a few stripy t-shirts this year, and yeah, you just can't go wrong with a classic stripe, can you? So I thought that would be a nice option either for the sweatshirt or the sweatshirt dress. So I hope you've enjoyed that little roundup today. As I said at the start of the video, everything I talked about is available on our website, and you'll find the links to our website and the products below. If you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.